Welcome to another classical book review.
Today, we are diving deep into one of the most important novels ever written, Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. We're going to get to the heart of its powerful hero, Okonkwo, and the one single fear that drove everything he did, and ultimately sealed his fate.
You know, when this book came out back in 1959, it was an absolute game changer. It was one of the first novels to get worldwide attention by telling an African story from a totally unapologetically African perspective. It gave a voice and a history to the Igbo people of Nigeria in a way the world had just never heard before. So where does that title come from? Well, Achebe took it from this famous poem, and he puts it right at the beginning in the book for a reason. It's not just a cool title, it's a warning. It's like this shadow hanging over the whole story, telling you from the very first page that you're about to watch something or someone completely collapse. So, let's meet the man at the center of this storm. His name is Okonkwo, and he is, for all intents and purposes, the ideal man of his society. I mean, just look at his resume. This guy is a legend in his village, Umuofia. As a young man, he threw a wrestler who nobody could beat for 7 years. He's got wealth, a big family, respected titles, and he's a feared warrior. By any standard you can think of, Okonkwo is a great man. But you have to ask, what makes a guy like this tick? What's driving him so hard? Well, to get Okonkwo, you first have to understand the one person he spent his entire life trying not to be, his own father.
And the difference between them is just night and day. Think about it. Okonkwo, the warrior, his dad, Unoka, couldn't even stand the sight of blood. Okonkwo, the rich provider, his dad was lazy, always in debt, and died in total shame. Literally everything Okonkwo has become is a direct reaction against who his father was.
And this right here, this quote absolutely nails it. His biggest fear wasn't something outside of him, like a rival village or an evil spirit. No, it was inside him. It was the terror of waking up one day, looking in the mirror, and seeing his father staring back.
And that fear, it just twists into this all-consuming passion. He basically decides to hate everything his father ever loved. Things like gentleness, or even just taking it easy. Okonkwo sees them as poison. And this makes him a hard, impatient man who has zero tolerance for weakness, not just in himself, but tragically, in everyone around him.
Okay, so to really get why these fears are so powerful, we need to zoom out a bit and look at the world he lives in. Because this wasn't some simple, primitive society. It was incredibly complex, with its own intricate rules, values, and traditions. I love this proverb. Proverbs are the palm oil with which words are eaten. What a beautiful way of putting it. It tells you this is a culture that really values wisdom, eloquence, and respect. Words have real weight here, and there are all these social rules that Okonkwo has to live by. Rules that he sometimes breaks. Now, one of the most important ideas in this world is something called your chi. You can think of it as your personal spirit, or maybe your destiny, but here's the key part. They believed your destiny wasn't totally set in stone. If you worked hard, if you said yes to life, your chi would say yes back. And Okonkwo, oh, he was a man who screamed yes.
But then you have the other side of the coin, the word agbala. Sure, it can just mean woman, but in this context, it's the worst insult you can throw at a man. It means you're worthless, untitled, a failure. It's what they called his father. And for Okonkwo, that word is the sound of everything he fears.
And finally, you really can't understand this world without understanding yams. Seriously, yams are everything. They're the king of crops for a reason. They're not just food. They're like money, status, and proof of your manhood, all rolled into one. A man's worth is measured by his yam barn. For Okonkwo, his huge barns are like walls he's built to keep his father's ghost out. So let's recap. We've got this incredibly powerful guy, forged in the fire of his own fear, living in this very structured world. But the very thing that made him strong, that absolute terror of weakness, is about to become his undoing. It's his fatal flaw. And we're starting to see the cracks form in that perfect life he built.
The first real red flag pops up during the sacred week of peace. This is a time when you're not even supposed to say a harsh word to anyone. But Okonkwo, in a fit of rage, beats his youngest wife. His inability to control his temper, his refusal to be challenged, leads him to break one of the most sacred laws of his people. He's literally defying the gods. Then, a boy named Ikemathuna comes to live with them. He's sort of a peace offering from another clan. And over 3 years, he stops being a hostage and just becomes family. He's like a big brother to Okonkwo-san, Nwoye. And what's really amazing is that Okonkwo, this hard, tough man, he grows to love Ikemefuna as his own son.
But then, the oracle, the voice of the gods, decrees that the boy must be killed. A village elder, knowing how much Okonkwo cares for the boy, pulls him aside and gives him a very clear, very direct warning. And this is it. This is the ultimate test. Is his heart going to win, or is this fear? This is the moment it all starts to break. When the men from the village attack, Ikemefuna runs to the one person he trusts to protect him, crying out, "My father!" And Okonkwo, dazed with fear, not fear for the boy, but fear of what the other men will think of him, draws his machete. He delivers the killing blow himself. In that instant, his terror of appearing weak overpowers everything. His love, his humanity, all of it.
He thinks he's just performed an act of strength, but the consequences are devastating, not for his reputation, but for his own soul and for his family.
The irony is just brutal. In his desperate attempt to look strong, he completely breaks himself. He doesn't eat for 2 days, he can't sleep, he is just haunted and weakened by the very thing he did in the name of strength. That tough exterior just shatters, and all that's left is a man eaten alive by grief. And the damage just ripples outward, especially to his son, Nwoye. When Nwoye realizes what his father did to the boy he saw as a brother, something inside him breaks. The book describes it as being like the snapping of a tightened bow. And that sound, that's the bond between father and son being destroyed forever, setting the stage for how things will truly finally fall apart.
And that's really the heart of Okonkwo's tragedy. He spent his whole life fighting against failure. But in the end, his desperate attempt to appear strong proved to be his most catastrophic failure of all.